So I wanted to volunteer for Camp Erin because I've had a history of volunteering at a hospice camp that was previously called Camp Courage.
It really caught my interest. Because of my clinical background, I certainly work with youth that have grief issues, but also had run a therapeutic camping program. So those two factors made it seem like that Camp Erin would be in my wheelhouse, and that turned out to be absolutely true.
I wanted to volunteer for Camp Erin because I seen the need in our community. I knew a few children had lost loved ones during the pandemic. I worked for a mental health agency, so I seen a lot of the need for the camp.
People there, they were really nice to me, and they helped me around the place.
Well, I was scared and not really scared to come to Camp Erin because I knew some people that were already going there.
One of the most impactful moments of camp for me was when the children put their luminaries into the water. That was a really big moment for a little girl I'd been working with, and so that was really impactful to me.
We were actually sort of warned about this child coming in that they had behavior problems and were ADHD, and and that's not anything that we couldn't handle. But as the weekend wore on, he seemed to gain a calm about him. He missed his grandfather because his grandfather always told him that he was good. And that really got to me because obviously this child is challenging, and yet his grandfather was the person in his life that recognized the good in him.
One of the most impactful moments for me at Camp Erin was just seeing the children grow over the couple of days that we were there. During the first day, kids were kind of quiet, nervous, shy. By the end of the weekend, they were opening up, talking about their grief and leaning into their feelings and emotions.
We had one little kid that couldn't go to sleep, and I slipped over to the other cabin to get a shower because our girls took all the hot water. And when I came back, my little friend, my little 6-year-old, was surrounded by adults eating hot Cheetos because she couldn't sleep. So somehow she thought that was going to help her sleep. So the hot Cheetos was the running joke of the weekend, I think.
One of my funniest moments at Camp Erin was a little 5-year-old girl to end up taking up 3 spaces of the beds with her belongings and her items. So like I said, she was only 5 years old, but she packed a big punch with her little 5-year-old self.
When one of my friends from there, she was going on the hike, and she had told me that she fell in the mud, and she had mud all over her.
Grief is most definitely looks different for every person, and every piece of grief that a child or an adult experiences is okay. So I think if I learned anything, it's that it's okay that it looks different for everyone.
People can go through many different things and you don't really see it, but they do go through a lot.
I would greatly encourage anyone I talk to that has a child that has lost a loved one to attend Camp Erin. From the first day to the last, in their ability to verbalize what they were feeling, verbalize what grief was, and be able to talk openly about the person that they lost.
I would suggest that anyone considering Camp Erin, or if they're considering Camp Erin for their child, highly recommend it. I feel like it's a great opportunity for them to connect with other boys and girls that are in similar life experiences, as well as to sort of be surrounded by adults that are, all there for the same cause.
What I would say to someone that attends Camp Erin is that it's very beneficial, especially for children, because they kind of go unheard when grief happens. Camp Erin, that helps them be able to have their voice and have the support of others their age to deal with the grief.
You shouldn't be scared, and you will meet a lot of people who have gone through the same thing you were going through.